Picture this. You sit down for an IPL match in 2026, and by the 16th over, teams are already smashing past 200 runs, almost every third game. Yeah, you heard that right. 10 years ago, breaking 200 in an IPL innings was like spotting a shooting star. Blink and you missed it. Now it's just Tuesday. So how did we get here? To a league where every ball is a boundary threat, and a par score would have been world record territory just a decade ago? Let's break the IPL down into its three eras: the endurance era, the power hitting transition, and the strike rate efficiency era. Each one rewrote the rules of scoring and aggression. Back in 2008, the endurance era was all about patience. Average power play run rate? Around 7 to 8 runs per over. It was a safe, steady game, not a sprint. Most teams aimed for 160 or 170. That was the Everest. Big hitting? Rare. Everything was about preserving wickets, building steady partnerships. To put it in perspective, the average IPL innings in 2008 was just 145 runs. That's nearly a lap short by today's standards. And sixes? There were barely 10 per match. Fans would wait all night for just a handful. Now, it's a non-stop fireworks show. Opening power plays started slow, just 44.3 runs in the first 6 overs on average. Think jogging, not sprinting. Players like Sachin Tendulkar and Jacques Kallis were the anchor kings. Steady, patient, they ran marathons, not sprints. But everything started to change around 2015. The power-hitting transition era burst onto the scene. Think finishers, death-over specialists, and risk from the very first ball. Suddenly, the average total shot up to 180-200. Getting to 200 was no longer a headline. It was just a good day at the office. Power plays got faster, 8 to 9 runs per over, up from the sluggish early days. Teams were finally shifting gears. Finishers like MS Dhoni and Andre Russell became the new superheroes, turning games around in the last 5 overs with pure muscle. Team strategies flipped. Middle overs weren't for survival anymore. They became launch pads for the death overs assault. By 2020, the average IPL power play score had already climbed to over 50. Batsmen were done tiptoeing. Time to sprint from ball 1. But here's where it gets wild. The strike rate efficiency era from 2021 onward cranked everything to 11. In 2025 and 2026, average power play run rate cracked 10.44 runs per over. Yup, teams are nearly scoring a boundary every over, right from the first ball. The average power play score in 2025? A jaw-dropping 58.1 runs. What took 10 overs in 2008, teams now smash in 6. Average team strike rate now? Over 150. That's every player batting like it's a super over for 20 straight overs. Par totals in 2026? Try 220 or more, just to be considered average. Anything less, and teams feel behind. And if you see a team break 250, don't be surprised. In 2026, 250 plus has become routine, not a typo. 200 plus totals? Nearly 30% of all innings. That's up from just 7% pre-2022. What used to be a myth is now just Tuesday night viewing. Each match now features nearly 18 sixes on average, a ball flying over the ropes every 10 deliveries. That's only slightly less frequent than a radio playing a new hit song. If you compare that to 2008, when sixes barely cracked 10 a match, you'd think you were watching a different sport. And then you've got the impact player rule, a literal cricket cheat code. Teams can swap in a specialist mid-game, like hitting a power-up button. It's no wonder the numbers have gone off the charts. Batting depth, explosive finishers, and rules for pure entertainment. Let's talk records, because if you blink in 2026, you'll miss a new one. Abhishek Sharma blitzed the fastest 50 ever, 14 balls. That's less time than heating instant noodles. Sanju Samson's 115 not out and 48 balls? That's a strike rate of almost 240. He was scoring so fast it was like a 100-meter dash every over. So who's driving this revolution? The ultra-aggressive openers. Your Yashasvi Jaiswals, Will Jacks, and Prithvi Shaw's steamrolling power plays, no fear. All-rounders and finishers like Hardik Pandya and Nicholas Puran show up, and suddenly the last 3 overs are worth 50 runs. No exaggeration. Even bowlers have become expert batters. Everybody's a threat, from ball 1 to ball 120. No easy overs left. The 30-yard circle? It's now just a suggestion. Batters pick gaps and muscle boundaries like they're solving a math puzzle with a sledgehammer. And the pace hasn't peaked yet. Every season, there's fresh innovation, new rules, deeper batting, more chaos. It's almost unfair to compare these stats to the endurance era. 220 is average now? In 2008, that was a headline for the ages. What's wild? The average IPL power play in 2025 matches what teams used to score in 10 full overs. Imagine starting every game with a mini T20 chase. If you showed 2026 highlights to the 2008 crowd, they'd swear it was a video game. Boundary after boundary, totals climbing like a pinball score. So, has the IPL outgrown cricket? In 2026, it's less about defending a total and more about pushing the boundaries of possibility. Literally, it's an arms race. Every ball is a micro-optimization, every over a sprint. The old format? It's a relic. Welcome to cricket's pure aggression era. All right, time for a question. If you could invent one new rule to make IPL even wilder, what would it be? Go all in. Comment your craziest idea below, and let's see who thinks bigger than the league itself.